persevere and have maintained a steady hand while inking images in America's most terrifying tattoo parlor.
I definitely feel like this is a restless spirit, and hopefully we can get to the bottom of whatever's going on and hopefully have them pass on to the other side.
This town really gives me the creeps.
Whoever fired the first shot, no one knows.
For all of this to have happened on Christmas night is unthinkable.
You can definitely feel the darkness.
Definitely a place full of spirits.
The most disturbing places in America.
This town really gives me the creeps. You step on the streets and your hair stands up. Definitely a place full of spirits.
For all of this to have happened on Christmas night is unthinkable.
South Pittsburg, Tennessee, is a small town outside of Chattanooga. At the turn of the century, the city was thriving thanks to its iron foundry.
In December 1926, the Edgewater Manufacturing Company decided to shutter its doors. Due to the economic slowdown, that naturally put a real strain on the community itself because there were 750 employees there. And, these people depended on those wages. Or people were starting to lose their homes. They were being evicted from their homes. There was virtually no one in this town that wasn't affected by the shutdown of that industry.
The factory soon reopened, hiring cheaper, non-union workers.
That really bothered the union workers here, and they set up picket lines. It divided the community. And as a result, the tensions are getting high here in South Pittsburg after this. There's now a divide between the Sheriff's Department of Marion County, Tennessee, and the South Pittsburg Police Department. One is union, and the other is non-union. By Christmas Day, it started to become a powder keg. You just knew that eventually something was going to occur. On Christmas night, right here at the corner of Cedar Avenue and 3rd Street, is when it finally come to a climax. Whoever fired the first shot, no one knows. But what we do know is that there were at least 20 shooters involved. One of those was on one of the upper floors here of the Property Lee Hotel. When it was all said and done that Christmas night, you had 6 law enforcement officers dead. You had the police chief of South Pittsburg dead, and you had the sheriff dead.
The events that happened that night rocked this town. There was so much anger and so much hurt and pain that you can feel it in everything, in the buildings and in the street. That kind of feeling just doesn't go away. That kind of energy goes somewhere, and you can definitely feel the darkness, and you can feel the hate and the pain when you walk through these streets.
The townspeople mourned and eventually moved on, but many believe the souls of the 6 slain officers never found peace. Long after the bodies were moved and the blood washed away, the dead men's specters linger in that fateful intersection.
There are people in this town being touched, and they feel that quite a bit. Hair tugs in the bars and in the restaurants, bottles falling off of the walls, tables being scooted.
Generations of locals know the lawmen's spirits haunt the streets beneath the downtown post clock. And every evening, when the sun sets, the ghosts are cursed to relive the battle.
And when you're walking at night, you see the shadows moving between the buildings.
Last night, walking down Main Street, right in the center of town, I was hit with the image of a man walking down the street. You could even see his reflection in the glass. I mean, it was substantial.
While the spirits of South Pittsburgh's finest walk the streets, at least one ghost keeps watch from above. No one knows the identity of the sniper who fired from the Robert E. Lee Hotel, but his shadow still stalks the hotel's hallways, scoping the fatal view from the window.
We were actually on the 2nd floor in the front room. It's right above us, and we saw the silhouette of a man standing there.
We also saw the silhouette in the hallway next to a door that literally leads to nowhere. And we heard a disembodied voice say, "Ben."
Ben is actually the first name of one of the law enforcement officers who lost their lives that night.
I can feel that these men want their stories to be told, and it's so powerful and also really troubling at the same time.
Many claim South Pittsburgh streets remain cursed to this day. 6 souls doomed to relive the most violent chapter in this town's history, night after night, at the corner of 3rd and Cedar.
We could tell something was with us.
My heart rate was going crazy. We tried to start the car and it wouldn't start.